You're about to listen to TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to another TADPOG podcast. It's a show that happens twice a week, where 2 to 3 old guys play old games. This week, we're just going to listen to Phil, Sandwich Pope Phil Hawkins, talk about a game.
His favorite game of all time, from what I understand.
Ever.
Because he recommended this game, which is Beavis and Butt-Head for the Sega Genesis.
Yeah.
We talked really, really nicely about Diablo, but Beavis and Butt-Head is where it's at. This is such a better game.
Fucking Blizzard, you can learn a lesson or two. Did you hear that Beavis and Butt-Head are going to be the next playable characters in
Heroes of the Storm? Pretty good.
Yeah, I'd play it.
I was just thinking that. It's like, yeah, they bought that property up.
Yeah. That's probably how they'd bring me back, honestly. That or Kyle Blackthorne in Heroes of the Storm.
They really have to do Kyle Blackthorne.
I'll come back for that.
Point,
That's no joke. I'll come back for that.
Well, before we get to that, we got a package setting over here.
Yeah, from listener.
Listener.
From listener who appears to have a similar address to Pinball Archmage Chris Edler. I shook the box and it did feel like Mylar's in there, so I'm curious what's in there.
Immediately, note on top.
Okay.
All right. TADPOG. Enclosed are 2 bags of chips from celebrity chef and noted food critic Larry the Cable Guy.
Oh, shit.
No package to TADPOG is complete without a postcard, so enjoy this plain, Plane, postcard from the Minneapolis airport. In exchange for these items, I'd like a partial share of the Japoopsie Incorporated.
Back off, man.
Message me to work out the legal details. Pinball Archmage Chris.
All right. You're in for Japoopsie. You had a really good idea, Chris, for the Facebook group. So yeah, you get a large chunk of Japoopsie.
Yeah, so I guess because we started a closed TADPOG Nation Facebook group.
Yeah,
it's going over very well.
On his recommendation. Yeah, it's very surprising that there are so many people who want to talk.
It turns out once you let people talk with some anonymity on Facebook.
Yeah, it's very different than the TADPOG page because it's fucking crickets on the TADPOG page. But like on the TADPOG Nation Facebook group, it is a thriving community of wonderful fucking posts and horrible posts that are wonderful.
Yep.
So thanks to everybody who's joined already, and if you haven't joined yet, just search for TADPOG Nation on Facebook and join us.
Because I've seen Melissa laugh at it several times, so that's how quality it is.
There's some good shit in there. Like it really.
She held up. She hasn't blocked notifications on it, so she held out longer than Ramon.
It's good. That's so good that some people have to block it.
Yep.
That's a testament that there's questionable material on there.
Ravioli. See, so this postcard is looking at the window of a plane.
Okay.
Down at the wing. All right.
Does it say anything on the back or?
Nope.
Okay, so I guess the letter on top suffices.
Let's see, newspaper. Larry the Cable Guy, cheeseburger, tater chips.
Okay. It just reminds me I haven't logged my calories for the day. It's okay. It'll be fine.
I'm going to grab a picture of this before we spoil it by opening it.
Before we ravage it.
Mm-hmm. And surely eat all of it.
Phil, are you hacking away on taquitos.net?
There is an entry for Larry the Cable Guy cheeseburger tater chips.
Tell us about it, please.
Under the category, the headline taste, this flavor from Larry the Cable Guy looked like ordinary potato chips as there wasn't any seasoning powder on the surfaces. A sharp contrast to the buffalo wing flavor, which was overloaded with powder. The lack of powder didn't seem to matter as far as taste, as I crunched in to find that there was a decent crispness, just the slightest crunch, but lots of tasty flavor. It didn't actually taste like an actual cheeseburger with nothing resembling
what?
But it did taste precisely like the mix of condiments on your typical fast food cheeseburger with pickles, mustard, and cheese dominating. A very good taste. There you have it.
All right.
Oh, it also has shop. It tells you where to buy them on Amazon. And aroma, it smells like relish and mustard.
So when you say powder, you mean was it Cody from not Step by Step? Yeah, it was Step by Step. Where he plays the bald albino dude.
There's a
Cody?
bald albino dude on Step by Step.
No, he wasn't, but they put a lot of makeup on him. I think it's the same guy. I'll look that up.
Okay.
It came out the same time as Phenomenon. There was back-to-back movies about people with superpowers.
Did I mix them up?
No, but I just like Phenomenon better because I'm more of a John Travolta fan.
Oh, I didn't see that one. That's not the
Jeff Goldblum was in Powder.
But he didn't play the albino.
No, I think that's Sean Patrick Flannery.
Sean Patrick Flannery. All right, I'm gonna look him up.
This does smell like relish and mustard. They nailed it.
Is accurate.
Now, he is not in Step by Step, so I am dumb. But there will be a link.
He is in the hit movie The Boondock Saints.
Oh, what is a dock saint?
Boondock.
It's a boon. I don't know. That movie has been...
It's a tough one, right?
Yeah, it's been built up by so many people
Right.
I don't respect that it's hard for me to want to ever watch it.
It
I've
is-
seen bits and pieces of it.
Yeah.
But
It's a good movie. I enjoyed it when I saw it, but I had the same issue where it's like there's so many people who absolutely loved it, whose tastes differed than mine wildly enough where it's like, I'm going to secretly enjoy this movie.
well, what was if I hadn't seen Fight Club shortly after it was released on DVD, like if I'd waited years, because it has that same kind of cult following around it that's just kind of distasteful. So
Especially
I
now.
would have been the same way about it.
It's tough now. Like I can't imagine like somebody watching Fight Club, someone in their 30s watching Fight Club for the first time in 2016. I feel like it would be a weird experience because I feel like anybody watching it now would be like, well, I mean, I don't know why they're that upset.
Bitch tits triggered.
All right, you ready to do this?
Yeah.
Larry the Cable Guy cheeseburger, tater chips. That's good for you. I like these. Yeah, I like these. I'd eat these. I'd sit here and eat this whole bag.
I would say they're a little more relish flavored than they are cheeseburger, but yeah, they're not bad.
Do you want more?
Nah.
Okay. That's good. Thank you, Chris.
The other bag in here, Larry the Cable Guy chili cheese fries, tater chips.
Phil, you got an entry on that?
I'm on it.
Larry the Cable Guy saying, boy, that's good eating.
He was in Paducah, you know.
Wimpy flavors are for sissies. These flavors will knock you on your snack craving knock out your snack craving like a cop kicking down a trailer door. Shoot, they are so good, I'd save yourself the trouble and grab a second, third, or fourth bag right now. I picked out these here flavors just for you. Now, what in the world are you waiting for? Get R done.
I was going to say, please, let's do it again in his voice.
Each purchase supports Larry the Cable Guy's Get Her Done Foundation.
What is that? That probably does really good things, right?
Well, what does it do? It gets it done.
That's their motto. The Get Her Done Foundation. It gets it done.
What does it get done? Eugenics.
The Getting It Done people. Fuck.
So under taste, this large bag of potato chips from Larry contained mostly smallish chips with fairly flat shapes and a nice orange glow. There was
they
a
glow?
smattering. Apparently, this bag did. Got a smattering of dark seasoning powder on the surface with bubbles embedded inside most chips and very little skin around the edges. They gave it I guess they don't really give it a rating, but their beer and barbecuing panel gave high praise for the taste. The aroma really smells like a bowl of chili, and you can find these potato chips at Amazon.com.
You know, thank you for telling me they're on Amazon.com because I've been looking as you've been talking to see what other flavors they have. And they have, Larry the Cable Guy has a flavored chip called the tater salad, which I feel is just a shot fired at Ron White.
Yep, because it should have been Ron White on the, on the
Right,
bag.
a guest star on a chip bag.
I want a
feel like.
blue collar comedy tour line of chips.
Well, that might actually happen. I mean, Larry the Cable Guy's got his foothold in it. I'm sure the other guys will come around wanting their beaks wet.
Okay, because tater salad would be Ron White. What would Jeff Foxworthy and Bill Engvall's flavors be?
Well, they do have two more flavors, biscuits and gravy and fried dill pickle. So who is who?
Well, fried dill pickles got to be Jeff Foxworthy, right?
Yeah. Bill Engvall's a little more straight, so I guess biscuits and gravy.
Yeah. All right, we solved it.
There.
You're welcome.
Here's your sign, biscuits and gravy.
Here's your sign. It's been a long time since I've seen that. I wonder if that's on Amazon.
I bet. I'm sure it is. I remember, let's see, because that came out. I watched that. I like Ron White. I like Jeff Foxworthy when I was little. I sort of grew out of Jeff Foxworthy, but Ron White is legitimately like, he doesn't really fit in with those guys.
No,
I think he's a really good comic.
And I liked him.
The others are good comics too. They're just not my thing.
I liked him, but I feel like every time I saw him after the Blue Collar Comedy Tour, it felt like he was doing the same material.
Yeah. The tater salad thing.
I mean, right, yeah.
It's all I've got. Drinking scotch, smoking cigarettes, and talking about tater salad.
All right, can we do I'm sorry, can we interrupt the ridiculous segment where we eat snacks for a different ridiculous segment?
Yes.
That's usually at the end of the show. I'd like to play a little game of how much is this on Amazon. Tyler, Phil, the Blue Collar Comedy Tour, the movie, is how much on Amazon used? DVD.
Well,
DVD.
Okay, DVD.
DVD format. Phil, would you like to guess first?
I'm going to go with $10.99.
$10.99.
I think they far overpriced this movie.
Okay. $10.99 from Phil. Tyler.
$1.
$1 from Tyler. Actual retail value of the Blue Collar Comedy Tour, the movie, on DVD, lowest price is 1 cent.
Melissa gasps. You're so shocked. What?
It's the next Model Land. Now, I haven't checked the shipping on that. Could be
$3.99.
Could be $3.99. You can buy it new for 23 cents. You can buy it new. Now I see why Larry the Cable Guy's making chips.
That should be our $350 Patreon goal. Get your own free copy of the Blue Collar Comedy Tour. New.
Man, I wonder if the Blue Collar Comedy Tour is on Steam. You know how Steam does movies now? I wonder if it's on Steam. It feels like a good match.
Yeah. These chips smell like chili powder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So taquitos.net has not steered us wrong
Not yet.
so far.
Yeah. Holy crap, there's a whole bunch of these. He's got, Larry the Cable Guy has bacon ranch, barbecue, caramel and peanuts, country corn.
I'd try that. That sounds weird.
Country corn?
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
He's got
wife.
jalapeno popper tater chips.
Would you like to try these chips? I didn't.
Oh,
think
yeah,
you
I got
would.
these over here.
I'd try jalapeno popper chips.
Yeah, I would too.
All right.
You ready to do this? All right. No, I don't like these. I'm putting these back in the bag. They remind me of chili Fritos, and I don't like those.
I think they're very bland.
Yeah, I don't.
They just seem like there's a light dusting of chili powder.
No, those
mild chili powder.
I got to eat one of these cheeseburger chips to get that cleanse my palate.
Well, there's no comments on the entry for the chili cheese fries, so maybe you should put something on there saying beware.
Okay, get involved in the taquitos.net community is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
There were comments on the other ones.
Okay, I'm down. I'll create a TADPOG podcast account and leave my review for the chili cheese fries on taquitos.net.
Oddly enough, who loves taquitos? Choco Chica.
Yeah?
She's pretty picky, but when she was just like, "Oh yeah, I love these." Really? Okay. And Melissa was thoroughly disgusted having to buy them at the store.
Oh, taquitos are good. You don't like taquitos, Melissa? Oh, you should try them. I mean,
She got that ARFID.
I mean, they're garbage food for sure, but they're good garbage food. You know, like pizza bagels, pizza bites, pizza rolls, Hot Pockets. I'd put it in the same family.
I still love bagel bites.
Yeah, bagel bites are good.
Still, even though we had them, I guess, a few months ago, and they weren't as good as I remembered, but man, still in the oven, like,
Dude, fucking pizza rolls are the business. They still are.
Yeah.
And it's like the only way to eat them is like the outside is maybe 70 degrees and the inside is like 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
just hot lava.
Yeah. That is the only way. So you bite it and it pops that cheese. It's like a giant hot zit just popping right down your throat. It's fun. It's fun.
Just like an Efreet coming in your mouth.
Yes.
That's what it's like.
Yes. Somehow this all ties back to Pussy Pimples, the Patreon episode.
Yeah.
It really doesn't. I just wanted to pimp Patreon.
Yeah, exactly. Because Patreon, thank you everyone.
Fucking blown up.
Yeah, we have hit our goal of $300. Now we're over 300.
Right.
So we'll be going to Fantasy World.
Yeah, we're gonna do it.
Yep.
Now I have to go.
Yep.
Ian said that he is down to go.
Awesome.
So it'll be at least us. Melissa, are you gonna go? All right. All right. Are you?
She's excited.
Will you record with us too? Sure. All right.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Perfect. Now I'm really loving it.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Okay.
Because I guess that'll probably be, because we had discussed like maybe doing it for February for a Valentine's Day Patreon.
Right.
Makes the most sense.
You didn't seem down with that.
It made me feel like, oh, we hit 300, like then we should give it to them and not make them wait 2 months.
Yeah.
But it does make the most sense. I like the idea of it being in February.
I like your idea for the next Patreon episode.
I'm very excited about it. I was thinking about, I'd made a lot of plans for it today in my head.
Did you? Awesome. Can we share a little bit about it? Or do you want it to be a complete surprise?
No, I think we should share. I've got Jacob has said he's in.
Awesome.
So two of the 4 people I want. So
you are crafting a game, correct? Mm-hmm. All right. And it's a trivia game?
It will be, it'll be the great video game quiz.
All right.
So modeled after Ross, he made the board, Jeopardy-ish board for the episode where Chandler and Joy and Monica and Rachel have to see who knows are the best and trade apartments. So it'll be modeled after that with different types of video game trivia and little bits of like, I thought of, tweaks and stuff to make strategy in it. And my ideal would be I'll host it. Melissa will be my beautiful assistant. And then players will be you, Jacob, Miller, and Josh.
Okay. I'm in. I think it sounds great. You teased this a long time ago.
Yeah,
you
very
mentioned
long
this,
time
I think,
ago.
probably like 2.5 years ago. And I'm glad that it's coming. I've been waiting. I've been waiting for this to happen. Mm-hmm. And when you sent me that message, I was like, yes. Great idea.
Everybody will be in
do
for
it.
Christmas. Yeah,
Let's do it.
Let's get her done through the foundation.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I think the next time there's a 24-hour stream charity event, I think I will do it for the Get Our Done Foundation.
Yeah,
I'm serious.
And get your camo sleeveless shirt.
Yeah, I'll wear my Larry the Cable Guy cosplay, and I'll sit there for 24 hours and play Fishing World. Did I get the name of that game right, Phil?
I think so.
All right.
That sounds like the one that I downloaded and played for 90 seconds.
Oh, it wasn't good?
I would ask Time Lord Josh Edwards. I've seen his name pop up on there every now and then.
All right. Well, when we do the Fishing World episode, I will get Josh for sure. Man, I can't tell you how embarrassed I am to say this, but I probably have like 9 hours into Final Fantasy 15 right now, and 6 of those hours are probably fishing in that game.
Yeah. Well, you guys want to talk about Beavis and Butt-Head?
Not really.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah,
Phil?
I'm good.
Oh, okay, we're all good. So I feel like that was a pretty funny episode that we just did. So you ready to close it out?
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
Beavis and Butt-Head.
Beavis and Butt-Head.
You hear that, Dave?
I do hear that. It sounds like what do you call a boxcar full of regretful fills?
It's just Phil does Tina Belcher.
I was about to say Phil and Tina Belcher. Which, of course, that sound ushers in a segment that we like to call Dave Reads from Wikipedia. Okay, guys. Beavis and Butt-Head. I feel like I should have known that's how you spell Butthead, but I didn't up until now.
Boothead? Boothead
is an American animated sitcom created and designed by Mike Judge. Have you guys heard of Mike Judge before? Does that ring any bells?
Little guy named Mac Judge.
The series originated from Frog Baseball, a 1992 short film by Judge, originally aired on Liquid Television. I remember that.
Oh, man. I
remember
totally
seeing
forgot
that.
about that.
After seeing the short, MTV signed Judge to develop the concept. The series first ran from March 8th, 1993 to November 28th, 1997. In 1996, the series was adapted into the animated feature film Beavis and Butt-Head Do America, which I hear holds up. I have not seen it since it came out, but I hear it holds up. Better than
I fell
the
asleep
series.
on the couch last night watching it.
Oh yeah, so would you say no, it does not hold up?
Well, I was really drunk, so that it wasn't a commentary on how bad it was, just that I was very sleepy.
I got you.
I would say it holds up.
I get
mildly.
that. Mike Judge has stated, guys, hold on to your butts, that he wants to try to get Beavis and Butt-Head back on MTV or another network. I hope that doesn't happen.
I don't.
Because I liked Beavis and Butt-Head, but I don't want it to happen again.
See, I wonder if I did. Did I really like that? Is that a good show, or was it just like taboo?
Oh, I don't know if it was good, but I liked it. I can answer that with 100% certainty.
Yeah.
I loved it. Loved the show.
I think it is extremely funny for a 11 to 13-year-old boy. Like that, just it hits the wheelhouse right there.
I've gone back and tried to watch the show when it was on. It was on like Netflix or Hulu, one of the services, and I went back and watched it, and I did not enjoy it. But they had taken the video, the music videos out. It was just.
See, I hated the music videos.
See, I did too, but when I was rewatching it, I was fucking craving them because watching just the narrative without a break was really tough because it was just I don't know. I see why I thought it was funny as a kid, and I see why it was super original when it came out, but it's like, that's the reason I don't want it to live again, because it's like, I don't think you can recapture that, because like Beavis and Butt-Head caught America by storm because it was so taboo at the time. Like you mentioned, it was all taboo.
Extremely. Oh, my parents oh man, they relied hard against it. Like if they would walk in and it was on TV, or like, they would flip out. Not allowed. And of course, that just made me want to watch it and love it all the more.
Yep.
I thought it was funny as a kid, for sure. I just don't know. Like, if they redid it, like if Mike Judge were to redo it, I would hope that it was like in Harry Potter style, where it's like, well, it's just aged with the audience. And it's like Beavis and Butt-Head are just middle-aged, and it's just them and their lives.
They take up the role of their dads when they meet them, and Do America. Because that would be similar. Because I read an interview with Mike Myers where he said he was interested in doing Wayne's World, doing like Wayne at 50.
Really? Mm-hmm. This was recently?
I saw it on Reddit yesterday.
Wow.
He also said apparently it's not in production, but a deal has been made for a new Austin Powers movie.
Ooh, all right.
So that's another one I'm like,
all right. Mike Myers
he encapsulates the 90s, so I don't know.
He's kind of in a tough spot, I think. I feel like
he has Shrek, but
I don't mean money-wise. I feel like money-wise he's probably good, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, but career, like doing something wise, because he's done last 4 things he's done were all Shrek sequels.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's great. I wish I could do Shrek sequels. I would. If I get that Shrek money, though. If I could get that Shrek money.
Because what I was reading about, like how hot he was, like he was just killing it. He's very attractive. Yeah. He was just killing it, movie after movie after movie, and then hit the Love Guru. Yeah. And it's like his career just fucking fell apart because of that movie.
I never saw the Love Guru. Did you?
No.
That's one of those movies where it's like everyone's like, "Oh, that movie was really bad." I'm like, "Oh, did you see it?" And they're like, "No." No. I was like, "Me neither." Is it like
I just saw the previews.
Right.
It looked weird because it was hit on his head on a kid's body.
The previews did look horrible, I'll be fair. But I don't think anyone saw that movie, and everyone says it's bad.
It might be secretly good.
It could be his best film ever. I'm not going to go on the record and say that it's best film ever, but it could be. It might be.
It could be. I feel like his dark horse movie is So I Married an Axe Murderer.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Which I think is really good,
that's a good
and
movie.
really underrated.
Yeah. Do you think Dana Carvey will come back for Wayne's World, or do you think he'll have to get Larry the Cable Guy to play Garth?
Either way, I'm fine.
All right, we're gonna redo Wayne's World, but instead of Dana Carvey, we're gonna have Larry the Cable Guy, and instead of Mike Myers, we're gonna have Guy Fieri.
Oh man.
We're gonna name
I
it.
was trying to work up a guy, like, what would that impression be of Guy Fieri doing Wayne Campbell?
Yeah. We'll call it Wayne's Dark Place.
Man, I love these kicking Cajun fries. Shove Wayne.
Larry's got to have like contractual obligation to get 6 get her dones or more in there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Do you think we get Ed O'Neill back?
Man, I'd like to have dinner every night. That's one of Garth's lines that came into my head. Would you like to have dinner tonight? I'd like to have dinner every night.
There's so many lines in that movie. I don't remember that. Is that from 1 or 2?
I think that's from 2 because he's talking to it's to what's her name from Cool World. Kim Basinger.
Kim Basinger, yeah.
Passenger Basinger. Talking about wanting her to fuck him and kill her husband. So
I do not remember Wayne's World 2 at all, apparently. I don't remember it at all. Wayne's World 1 I remember because I just rewatched it maybe a year ago. But Wayne's World 2 is just like, it's gone.
Yeah.
I need to rewatch it.
I bet that Nuprin gag really holds up now for Wayne's World 2.
There's a Nuprin gag?
Yeah, whenever he's like, take 2, and then, I forget what was it. Yeah, little yellow different. Like, he makes that joke about the commercial in like 1992. All right, Beavis and Butt-Head.
Beavis and Butt-Head. What's that, Phil?
I was gonna say I like to think that all the food in the new Wayne's World movie is nothing but Larry the Cable Guy brand chips. It's like Demolition Man, where they replace all the fast food with all the food with Taco Bell. In Wayne's World there is only Larry the Cable Guy chips.
Larry the Cable Guy won the Chip Wars of 2017. Come on, we all know that.
I'd be fine with the Wayne's World spinoff just about Ed O'Neill's character.
Yes.
Yeah.
So good. Okay, so that is the full history of Beavis and Butt-Head. You're welcome, Internet. Here is a little bit about the video game in particular. Beavis and Butt-Head, parentheses, video game. Beavis and Butt-Head, the video game, is a video game. All right. Thank you, Wikipedia. For the Sega Genesis, Super NES, and Game Gear. It is based on MTV's animated series of the same name and follows the title characters Beavis and Butt-Head as they attempt to find their torn-up GWAR concert tickets. Is everyone here familiar with GWAR? Mm-hmm. Okay. Phil?
Only through Beavis and Butt-Head.
Right.
I didn't know that they existed until I watched Beavis and Butt-Head, and I still don't really know about them. They wear costumes and stuff.
Yes.
And do like metal music.
Yes.
Like extreme metal music and
parody. It's like it's to the point of parody, where it's like when I was a kid and first saw it on Beavis and Butt-Head, like you, Phil, I did not realize that it was kind of for goofs. And now as I get older, I realize that A, it's either for goofs, or B, they're terrible.
So they're like the same clown
a little bit of both.
Yeah, I mean there are a lot of like similarities that are drawn between them and ICP, I think. So
I want ICP to come out and be like, guys, this is all just a big joke. You guys have been basing your lives on
shut up, clowns.
Something we came up with in college.
Clowns don't make jokes. Sing rap about murdering people.
My cat is on fire. It's the only GWAR song I know.
I couldn't name one. You know more GWAR songs than I do.
I only know that because when I ran my city game, it was composed, the large city composed of 7 districts.
The GWAR district. I forgot about the GWAR district.
I mean, he sort of had
guys,
one of those.
Everyone's at GWAR in this district.
Jacob made me an extensive playlist for every district. I remember in the
Crazy Halfling district.
He had that song on there.
It's also a district in New York, isn't it? Crazy Halfling.
GWAR?
Yeah, the GWAR.
GWAR and the Crazy Halflings? Yeah. It's like Brooklyn, the Bronx, Hell's Kitchen, and GWAR and the Crazy Halflings.
Yeah. Let's see. Where were we? Okay, GWAR tickets. The Super NES version was developed by Real Time Associates, which sounds like a ring of prostitutes, doesn't it?
You've got a bill to the company credit card for $900 to Real Time
Associates. Tell me, Dave, did you have a Real Time? The Game Gear version was developed by New FX. If you were curious, that is spelled NUFX. and the Genesis Mega Drive version by Radical Entertainment, all which were published by Viacom New Media and released in 1994. But wait, hold up, guys. Are you ready for this? A Tiger Electronics handheld LCD version was also released in 1994.
God.
Though despite having similar cover art,
Melissa, please look up Beavis and Butt-Head Tiger Electronics on Amazon. I want to see how much this is, and I want that in our search history on Amazon.
yeah, you need it. You really do need it. It was, despite having similar cover art, it was not affiliated with the Viacom games, unfortunately, and did not involve the boys trying to see Gwar.
Is Tiger, is it T-Y-G-E-R or T-I?
T.I.
T-I, okay.
This might be a tough one to find.
I found it on a list of the 7 worst Tiger handheld games of the 90s by BuzzFeed.
Is there an emulator for those things? I feel like that's a thing
man.
that should exist.
It's second only to the Scooby-Doo one, apparently.
What's number one?
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo is number one. Beavis and Butt-Head is 2?
Beavis and Butt-Head 2. Polly Pocket coming at number 3.
Yikes.
Castlevania Symphony of the Night had one. And I'm interested in playing that.
I had one of the Castlevanias, and yeah, it's bad.
I had Ninja Turtles and Ninja Gaiden.
I had the Ninja Turtles one too. I forgot about that one.
I remember I had a house that I lived in had a tree with a good seat in front of it. I remember I would sit in that tree and play my Tiger Electronics and be miserable because I was 1 outside, 2 playing Tiger Electronics,
2 under a tree which specifically had a chair set in front of it. Welcome to our sitting tree.
Every time I misbehaved, Dad would pull up the Tiger Electronics, go get in the tree and play. I'll teach you good.
Did we have it? No, we can't find it on Amazon. That's a
Damn.
bummer. All right. Let's see. There was a Game Boy version. It was developed by Taurus Games in the back of somebody's Ford Taurus and published by GT Interactive and released in 1998. Seems a little late to the party.
It's pretty late, yeah.
And revolved around the boys trying to join Todd's gang.
Oh, man. I've forgotten about the character of Todd.
He is in the Genesis game. He makes an appearance. So we get to talk about that.
I didn't play very much of this game.
No,
You
just didn't like it enough.
didn't care for it.
Yeah,
No.
wasn't your cup of tea.
No.
Phil, what's your experience with this game? You probably have the most storied history, right?
Yeah,
With
yeah.
Beavis and Butt-Head?
I mentioned in the Diablo episode, my friend and neighbor rented a Sega Genesis for a weekend and got this game and Beyond Oasis, and I think one more. I talked to him about it and we couldn't remember, but yeah, we got 3 Sega Genesis games. Beavis and Butt-Head one of them, and I'm probably colored by nostalgia glasses for that seminal moment because renting a system when you're 13 and in the 90s is like, it is an event.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a huge deal.
Yeah, it is.
It is a huge deal.
Similar situation with me. I had a friend in middle school rent a Sega Genesis for a sleepover. And yes, huge deal.
It's pretty awesome.
Huge.
I remember doing it with N64 like twice
yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was
And
the
do
thing.
you remember the games that you got?
I remember we rented Star Fox 64 and GoldenEye. So we had a pretty good time.
Yeah,
Good time.
that's not too bad. I don't remember
yeah.
the games that we had. I think that was
Yeah.
the same slumber party where I say slumber party because I'm a girl, but I think that's the same one.
Masturbation party is what boys have.
Circle Jerk, I believe.
Right. You guys are both hitting real close to home. I don't know if you remember the episode where I talked about going over to a boy's house for a sleepover, and we watched Predator, and then someone wanted us to come on crackers. And I said, I'm not doing that.
I said,
And then they-
give me that cracker.
Yeah, I said, I'm not doing that. And then they called me gay. That is a thing that happened. And I'm not going to censor that out because it doesn't work otherwise.
No, it's,
Hey, man, quit being so gay and come on this.
Come on, this cracker.
we're all going to get in a circle and come on this saltine.
This one guy says he'll eat them all. So we have to do it.
Is it a Zesta saltine? No, thank you. I exclusively come on Zesta saltines.
They were club crackers.
You know, wow. You can't waste a good club cracker
I know,
like that.
right? It
I
was
like to think that our Come On Crackers is definitely a page on Reddit.
I'm going to look it up. But I will tell you
I
that
want the Civil War version. Come on hardtack.
Come on, crackers sounds like the hors d'oeuvre you'd eat at an Andy Warhol art opening. So, Beavis and Butt-Head.
Yep.
So I played this. I did not play it for this episode, but I watched clips on YouTube and read some walkthroughs to refresh myself. I remember what I liked about the game was that it was an adventure game, kind of like a point-and-click adventure where you gather items and use those items to interact with other items, solving various convoluted puzzles.
Yeah, convoluted. That's a good phrase. That's a good word to use for this game.
It's awful. Like, I'm not going to beat around the bush. It's awful, but I think for an IP game, like I'm used to seeing just bare bones, side-scrolling action games that have maybe a weekend's worth of effort, like Shaq Fu, like the B Team programmers that made Shaq Fu in one weekend.
At least I knew what to do in Shaq Fu, though.
That's I get that.
So here's the thing, like I had played the Game Gear version of Beavis and Butt-Head, and I thought that it was going to be just the same as the Genesis version.
What is that? What has that play?
It plays similarly, but here, okay, I'm going to cut all the bullshit. I do not remember how it plays. What I do remember about it is that they are going to the Guar concert. So when I heard that's what they're doing in the Genesis game, I was like, all right, this will be great, because I've already played this game for the Game Gear. It'll be a breeze. And I started it up, and I was like, this police officer is beating the shit out of me, and I do not know what to do.
This is as obtuse as Cool World.
Yeah, because it's a similar kind of game. You're 100% right. This is like Cool World, but I do think that this is better than Cool World.
Yeah, no arguments there. Yes, this is better than Cool World.
But it's the same kind of game where you find shit, you roam levels, find shit, and then try to use that shit to solve puzzles. But there are no clues. And as I was playing the game, I was like, I remember this episode. Every level in the game is built around a specific episode of Beavis and Butt-Head. And one of the okay, for example, where do they work? Burger World?
Yeah.
Okay, there's a Burger World level. And in the Burger World level, you have to the solution to the puzzle is you have to find a dead rat in the dumpster, bring it into the kitchen, and fry it in the fryer with some French fries and feed it to a customer. The customer then throws up, and in that pile of vomit is part of your Guar ticket.
Don't forget that before you get in the kitchen, you have to punch in the secret passcode that you have absolutely no clue in the entire game as to what it is. It's just an 8-digit passcode that is Butthead. It's Butthead spelled out on the number pad.
On the alphanumeric, yeah. It's the worst because it's like a prime example of why I hate games like this.
And why would that be the passcode?
Yeah.
Why is the manager at Burger World like, Butthead, that's pretty good?
I'm trying to think if that was specifically referenced in that episode, because the things that you have to do for that level, that is an episode of Beavis and Butt-Head. Like, that was an episode. That happened.
Okay.
They found a rat, they fucking fried it, and fed it to a guy who was being rude while they were working. And then I think that one ends with the police showing up. I'm not 100% positive that doesn't happen in the game. But there's another level where, like the hospital level, where there's the gigantic naked cowboy on a scooter. That is an episode of Beavis and Butt-Head as well. And I can't remember if the Burger World episode of Beavis and Butt-Head had him enter in a code to enter the back, or if he set the code to be Butthead. I can't remember.
That's the only way you could have known, I guess.
There were a lot of solutions to puzzles in the game like that, because there's another one in the mall. You have to add oil to a woman's laundry in the laundromat, and that's how you get part of a Guar ticket. You'd have no fucking idea that's a thing that you would have to do to get a ticket.
You just go around being an asshole and you're rewarded with a Guar ticket.
Yeah. Well, that's how it works, right?
Like if they saw them somewhere, like if you saw part of a Guar ticket on the other side of a super great and you had to figure out how to get it. Okay. But yeah, there's
No, there's no, like, it is like, if you haven't seen...
Reenact the episode.
Yes, that's what it is. You're dead on. It's just an episode reenactment, I feel like.
Some of them are like that, or at least one is, because I know one of the tickets at the high school lands on Principal McVicker's head, and he's in his office. And you got no way to get it unless you go to Buzzcut's room, burp on Buzzcut to make him pass out, steal the A and B liquid solutions from his desk, mix them to create an explosive, return to McVicker's office, drop the explosive, which causes him to pass out. Then you can get the ticket from his head.
Yeah.
That's
the puzzle.
Oh man, this sounds just like that point and click adventure from the Shower with Your Dad simulator. The one that's just a goof.
Yeah, in the the police shower room.
Yeah, this is just like that.
Yeah.
Only serious.
Yeah, only for real. But what's weird about it is the things that I hate about it now are things that I would have loved about it in 1994.
Yeah, and that's why it still has a good memory in my head, because that actually provides a bit of depth to an otherwise crappy game that you wouldn't normally get with an IP game. It's just slightly above like base level gamesmanship, I guess.
And it would have made me feel really smart. Like, it would have tricked me into being like, you're smart, Dave, because you know these things because you watched this episode a year ago. But now it's like, it's really weird playing it now because I barely fucking remember Beavis and Butt-Head episodes. Like, I mean, I really have to strain to remember the plot of some of the episodes.
I remember trying to use a chainsaw to cut a grasshopper.
Yes.
Remember that one.
There was a chainsaw involved in getting one of the tickets in this game.
That is true.
So they tie it in.
Because what was the episode that like really had everybody going crazy? I remember there was one especially controversial episode that kids were reenacting it and getting hurt. And
Pencil in the Eye, I think, was the one that I remember hearing about. Like, I remember I had a teacher in 5th grade who specifically, it's one of those great moments when you're a kid when you realize that an adult is fucking up, because the teacher is asking us not to reenact what we might have seen on Beavis and Butt-Head, and I guarantee you, like, 95% of those kids had not seen Beavis and Butt-Head, period.
Yeah.
And then she's like, don't bounce your pencils into each other's eyes like they did on Beavis and Butt-Head. And then
man.
I remember specifically being like, what's Beavis and Butt-Head? This sounds great. And I remember like doing kid detective work where it's like at lunch, like asking like the kids I'm not supposed to hang out with, hey, what's Beavis and Butt-Head? And where can I watch it?
Is that sex?
Right? That's the big controversy that I remembered. Phil, do you recall anything?
Honestly, no. It just kind of had a and it came out right around the same time as Mortal Kombat. It just had that level of escalation of what had otherwise been a child's medium. So just essentially, this is a cartoon. Kids watch cartoons, but these cartoons are beating the shit out of each other and chopping their fingers off with chainsaws, and that freaked people out a lot. And just like with Mortal Kombat, video games were for kids until they started making video games for adults, and that freaked people out a bunch.
Right. Yeah, you gotta love Moral Panic. I have a weird question. Does anybody here know? Because I honestly don't. Do moral panics happen in other countries, or is that like a specifically like American thing?
I know PMS is only an American thing. Like not the concept of like menstruation
right.
like but like
wait, what? all everywhere else women don't experience that?
So like it's true that there are hormonal changes, but like the whole like stereotype thing, like it is strictly American.
I've heard that that's a myth. Is that? I mean, I've heard that that's a myth. That PMS is a myth.
I mean, because what I heard saying, like, yes, there are hormonal changes, but it sort of said it was a myth, but at the same time said it wasn't a myth. It's kind of weird.
Flip-flopping.
But of course, like, I went and asked Melissa, she was like, don't you fucking try to tell me that that's a myth, because it's not. I was like, okay, well, I'm not saying, but like the whole blaming any frustration on that is an American invention.
Well, because I've asked Nikki about it before, very carefully, and her response is always, "Well, it fucking hurts." And she's like, that's why, like, it just hurts. Sometimes it just hurts. And it's like, that's why I'm irritable. But I don't necessarily, I don't know if that means, guys, can we really get into like the depth of PMS? Can we just talk about this for a little bit?
Well, it's like Melissa asking me in turn, are blue balls real? It's like, yes, those are real, but I can see where it would be a mass male conspiracy that it's fake.
Yeah.
Because Cosmo did a big thing. We're like, no, that is totally a fake, and every boy is lying to you, trying to get you to do something to them to relieve the pain. Quote unquote.
Right. That's not true.
I mean, I can see where that's a plot, but it's just like, I'd have no reason to do that now.
There are definitely people, I imagine, using blue balls as a nefarious attempt to come with a woman.
Yep.
Or a man.
Yep. Just in general.
Well, actually, probably just a woman, because if it's a man, I don't think you'd have to beg him that hard.
Yeah, because now I'm trying to look up the most controversial Beavis and Butt-Head episodes to see which one I'm talking about.
Phil, thoughts on PMS?
I like that all of our myths that we talk about seem to be involving women, that PMS isn't real, that the female ejaculation squirting is not real, that the clitoris doesn't exist.
Phil, we just talked about blue balls.
Okay, well, 3 out of 4 then.
All right, that's fair. It is a majority for sure.
I've never experienced blue balls. I do not know what the sensation is like. Which you'd think for an edger that you would experience that, but no, guess not.
Yeah, I think it's more of like, I remember the last time I experienced it, I was in middle school, and it was after just straight up dry humping for like 2 hours, like the course of a movie. And it's like, there's no resolution there. And it's like, I go home, and for whatever reason, I don't take care of business, probably because I lived with my parents at that time, and it was bedtime, and they would think it's weird if I was taking a shower at 11 o'clock at night. So, yeah. I mean, that shit start to hurt about midnight, where it's just like, oh my God. And it might just be because I had a boner for that long. It might not have anything to do with the fact that.
Yeah, I even had it months ago, and it was just, I think, like, I was in my head about like wanting to have sex, and I just stayed in that state of arousal like for so long, and then it just like happened. And if it's been like multiple days since anything has happened, then that contributes to it too. Like, so.
Which in high school was like eternal for me. So, I mean, yeah.
Here it says the most controversial episode is called Stewart's House, and that is where they try to get high off gas oven fumes.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Stewart, man, the original Butters. I'm sorry.
Yeah, man.
Nope, that's accurate.
And I hadn't thought about Stewart for a long time until I played this game, because there is I guess you would call it a mini game, which is based on a Beavis and Butt-Head, where they do, I think they call it couch fishing, where they cast a fishing line outside of their window from their living room and catch things. Stewart's one of those things that they catch. So is Daria. Daria's in this game, which I thought was cool.
And she gives you advice. Actually, Stuart and Daria both give you advice on stuff in the game.
It's bad advice. It's cryptic advice.
Yes. Daria specifically talks about how useful gum is.
I know.
Which you pick up and use to couch fish for a cat. No? What do you use it for?
I never got to the gum part, so I don't know what you use the gum for. I assumed, because I never got through the high school, I assumed it had something to do with the high school.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't help you, man. I don't know. The gum is used for something, though.
Okay, I got it. No, I wrote it down. You use the gum to get a ticket. You use it as bait during couch fishing, and that's like the last ticket you get is you fish out a ticket. See, I just don't know, man. Like, I feel like that's another one that I would never guess. I would never guess that. That at least is a clue, which is more than the game gives you for every other puzzle.
That is true. That is true. As cryptic as it is, and I'll tell you, I mean, it does make a cryptic clue from Daria makes sense. I wish she would have like done it like as a line of poetry, though. I think that would have been like perfect.
Here's I think I've got a paragraph about one of the most controversial episodes. I did not remember this one, Beavis and Butt-Head. If I could interrupt for a moment. The most infamous example of the show's run-in with MTV and the FCC comes with the episode Comedians. The plot here about Beavis and Butt-Head attempting to make it as stand-up comedians. Of course, Beavis winds up accidentally burning down the comedy club when he tries to juggle flaming newspapers. Doesn't sound so bad, right? Well, after a month after the air date, an Ohio boy tried to mimic the episode, which caused his family's trailer to burn down and killed his sister.
I was hoping you were going to say that the episode actually, they show up at the comedy club, and then it's just 12 minutes of Michael Richards screaming racist things, and then it cuts back to Beavis and Butt-Head.
Oh, man. Okay, because this whole list is, where I found that on was the top 15 most controversial episodes of all time. Not just Beavis and Butt-Head, but of TV.
Of all time.
Some of them are pretty good I haven't thought about. Number 15 is episode of The Simpsons I'm not familiar with. Blame It on Lisa.
Phil?
Paul? If you read me the synopsis, I'll remember it, but I don't know what that episode refers to.
What is Blame It on Lisa?
The family travels to Brazil to track down Lisa's missing pen pal and end up causing chaos throughout the entire country.
Oh, is that where they... No, that's not the Australia episode, is it?
No, okay. I pulled it up. This is after I stopped watching. This is 2002.
Okay. Another one, Electric Soldier Porygon from Pokemon.
Oh, is that the seizure? That's the seizure episode.
Yeah. Oh, how many? It was like 20,000 kids. And here's one, I don't remember this at all, but it sounds hilarious. One Beer, Tiny Toon Adventures.
Wait, what? Did you say one beer?
It shows underage drinking.
Teen drinking is very, 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 very uncool.
The episode culminates in a dark fashion when all three characters drive off a cliff to their demise under the influence of alcohol. Buster, Plucky, and Hampton are all drunk driving in the car.
It's a moral, though. They all die, right? That's fucking hilarious.
Let's see. I'll See You in Court, Married with Children. Al and Peggy have sex in an empty courtroom and get recorded. So they said it was too sexually crude.
See, these are all things that would just be like tame now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is true.
Number 10, Conflict, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Main offense, teaching your children about the inevitability of nuclear war. Oh, man. All right.
It does seem like even like, I don't know.
Has it been shown since 1996?
That's got to be. I'm going to look for these on YouTube if I can find any of them. They'll be in the show notes. Would you mind forwarding me that article that you're reading from? I'll post that as well. TADPOG.com.
Mr. Rogers left the viewers with the following line. Rules are very, very important. Not just for games, but for all things. Even big things like countries. Countries have to have rules to protect people, and someday you'll be helping make the rules for your country. I trust you'll make the best kind you know how.
And then his flesh melted off of his face, revealing his grinning skull.
There's the pilot episode, I guess the pilot episode of NYPD Blue, where I think they said shit for the first time on network TV.
What year? Do they have a year listed for that?
93.
I don't know, man. I think 93.
And showing what's his name's butt on the air when he gets out of the shower.
I think 93 is the butt, right? Because the
Dennis Franz, yeah.
Yeah. Because South Park, I heard, took advantage of that.
I heard that. I enjoyed that episode a lot.
I don't know if that's true or not, but like I've heard several rumors about the shit episode of South Park, where they have the shit. They say shit as many times as they can. Mm-hmm. I've heard it several different ways. Mm-hmm. I've heard one rumor is that they were like, "Fuck it, we'll just pay the fines," and then the other version that I've heard is it worked out in their advantage that they produced the shows so quickly to airtime. Because from what I've heard, I do not know if this is true. I've done no research, but the producers of NYPD Blue were planning on having the word shit and said in an episode. And so they made an agreement with the FCC. And for whatever reason, this is the part where it sounds like it's not true to me. Mm-hmm. But the FCC was like, okay, from this time to this time, you can say shit. And then I heard that Matt and Trey got a hold of that news, and they were like, hey, guess what? South Park shares the same time slot as NYPD Blue. And then they just put as many they put as many shits in there as they could.
Such a good episode. Such a good episode.
I don't know if that's true, but I gotta hope that
makes
is.
That makes sense.
And it sounds like them, although I may just be perpetuating a myth of their godliness.
There's an episode of Ellen where she came out.
That feels tame.
An episode called Home of the X-Files, banned for incest.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. That's right. Yeah, I left Phil giggles how excited I. Oh yeah, the Incest X Files. Yeah.
That's the one that I got blue balls on. I remember that
The
one.
Kyle XY Files. That is, I think it's like set up where they like, it's like what, mountain people or something like that, and they show up.
Oh, okay. This paragraph.
And there's something like under the bed or...
In a small, isolated town, they discover the Peacock family, a cabal of deformed farmers who have an incestuous relationship with their mother, who is a quadruple amputee, in order to continue their diseased lineage.
Yeah.
Packed with stomach-churning imagery of sex and violence, home is the car wreck you can't help but be fascinated by.
Hey, at least it wasn't one of those alien episodes.
The Puerto Rican Day Parade episode of Seinfeld.
Yeah, that got banned from syndication.
Of course, Maude.
The abortion episode.
And number 1, 200 and 201 from South Park. And that was the one where they depicted Muhammad.
Oh, right. Okay.
And then just Comedy Central wouldn't do it. It just has the black bar over him.
All right.
There we go.
All right.
That was very controversial. Please share that with me. I'd love to put it in the show notes.
Sean Miller is in for the video game episode.
All right, and I'm in.
The
so
quiz.
we just need Jacob, right?
Jacob's in. Need Josh.
And
Need Josh.
Sorry. Damn. I saw him today. I would have asked him.
And what's funny is that all those episodes had people talking, which reminds me that there's really good voice modulation in the Beavis and Butt-Head Sega Genesis game.
That's a good segue. Yeah, man. That's good. Bringing it back.
It does have good voice modulation.
It does. I agree.
You can. They sound like they do in TV. The whole thing is, I feel, is a really good reproduction of the crude kind of animation style of Mike Judge and the whole. At the very least, if you're a Beavis and Butt-Head fan, when you're 13 and playing this game like I was, it does a good job of capturing that whole feeling.
No, I agree.
It doesn't do anything with it, but it captures it.
I think that the Genesis in general does a good job of voice modulation. Like that's the one thing where it's like I gripe about the sound in these Sega Genesis games a lot, but for the most part, the voice modulation I think sounds better than what I hear in most Super Nintendo games.
Well, Super Nintendo doesn't even do it that much, and it seems like every Sega Genesis game seems to throw that in there. It's either a lot easier to do it, or they're more able to. I don't know, but it's definitely a signature part of the Sega Genesis. Is that
I wonder
have voices.
if they knew they couldn't stand up to the SNES sound quality, why not do something different and have voices?
Yeah,
maybe. I watched a little bit of gameplay for the Super Nintendo version. I haven't played it. I didn't think it sounded as good.
Yeah.
I thought it looked like more fun. Sorry, Phil, because I know that you specifically said the Genesis version was better. But like when I was watching it, I was like, all right, okay. I think that I could get behind this brawler.
Hey, I own it. I'll get on that episode too.
All right, that sounds good.
I think the Genesis version is the way to do a Beavis and Butt-Head game, though.
Yeah, it allows you to get a feeling for the other characters and have them interact with Beavis and Butt-Head a lot more.
It's a good premise, if not done very well.
Like, I looked at the 1998 PC game, which is straight up like a point-and-click adventure with Beavis and Butt-Head, and that looks even better in terms of capturing the whole experience. It actually looked half decent.
I don't remember the PC game being mentioned in the Wikipedia. When did that come out?
1998, and I just stumbled upon it while looking up notes for this episode, so it didn't come out. It is strange that for this game that we're talking about, that they came out with like 3 or 4 different versions by 3 or 4 different companies, and they're all different.
Beavis and Butt-Head and Virtual Stupidity.
That is the one.
I see. Yeah. Maybe it's not mentioned in the main video game article because it does not involve them going to a Guar concert. Like that. I like to think the Wikipedia editors have very strict categories and they're like, excuse me, Beavis and Butt-Head did not go to a Guar concert in this game. Therefore, it is in a separate category. Thank you. Also, we're removing Tyler and Dave from notable people of Paducah, Kentucky.
Bullshit. It's bullshit.
Did you guys know that this game has 2 endings?
I did not know that. I know that when you catch Stuart while you're couch fishing, he gives you a clue that says something along the lines of, there's a way that you can get closer to Guar. And I was thinking, fuck, does this game have like at least 2 endings?
Yeah, and that is the ending. So once you get all the tickets, you go to the Guar concert. and you walk in the front door, and you get to see a cutscene of Beavis and Butt-Head in the crowd dancing to the music. That's the bad ending. If you want the good ending...
I don't know. Sounds like a pretty good ending to me, Phil.
Yeah, no. It doesn't have a convoluted puzzle to get there, which is what the quote-unquote good ending does have.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you have to couch fish with a slice of pizza to get the cat. You take the cat, you bring it with you to the Gwar concert, you walk
God, this is dumb.
Door. It's so dumb. It's so dumb.
God, this is dumb.
You walk past the door. Anderson's dog is somehow there, and he attacks you, so you throw the cat to distract him. Then you have to walk past gauntlet of bouncers and kill them all. You get to the head bouncer. You have to get the scissors from the hospital so that you can cut the cord, which drops the sandbag on the head bouncer. Then you can go grab the concerts and go backstage, and then you get to control Beavis and Butt-Head dancing with Gwar at the very end of the game.
That's fucking dumb.
It's so dumb.
That's fucking dumb. So the only way that you can do that is if you maybe bought the Brady Games strategy guide, which I assume is Brady. I assume Brady Games has been around since 1978, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
How would you know? Other than I feel like Stewart's one-line hint doesn't give you enough information to get there.
Nope.
Man.
This game is dumb, man. Let's see. What else? Anything? What do we enjoy about the game? Voice modulation so far is what I've got.
It looked like the show.
Economy. You can buy and sell things. I guess you can't. Yeah, you can buy things.
That motherfucker at the pawn shop never buys any of my shit. He's always like, I bring him a slice of pizza, and he's like, "No, man, I got plenty of that," and doesn't buy it from me.
Certain items that you pick up, you can sell to him for money. The game gives you no clue as to what items are or are not sellable, so it just creates a back and forth game of go to the mall, get past the guards, work your way to the pawn shop, for him to say, no, I don't need that. And then you go back to your house, grab some more items, then head back.
Yeah.
Some things he'll buy. I think he'll buy like a bird. I think he'll buy a headset from Burger World.
You need money too, is the problem. Because there's a level that you
get to one level. Yeah,
you can't fucking enter a level until you have $3. So it's like you absolutely have to have money in order to do anything in that level. Guess who never got any money ever? Me, because I did not know what the fucking pawn shop owner would buy from me.
Ugh. And if you die, you lose all your items anyway. So making that kind of trek is just
yeah. Oh, right.
Not going to fucking happen.
You got one life. I mean, if you die, it's over.
What's good is that the enemies are apparently made out of hot dogs and burritos.
That is good.
When you kill them, they turn into a hot dog, which gives you a lot of life.
Yeah.
So you can just kind of farm, and they're repeating enemies. So you can just farm hot dogs and burritos until you get back to full life.
And I'm going to brag here a little bit, you guys. I found.
How big is it?
I found not as big as Master Mold's. I'll tell you that right the fuck now. I found a secret food spot in the game on the Burger World level, which is right from the very beginning. If you just go back behind the building, I don't know what kind of food there is back there, but it will fill your health bar up. So anytime I was low, I would just enter that level again and get filled up.
Is it the burger that makes you sick?
No, it is not the burger that makes you sick, but that is in the game, and that is also an episode of Beavis and Butt-Head.
Yeah. And that's how you get past one of the rooms in the hospital, which allows you to get the scissors and other items back there. You have to get sick and go see a nurse.
You have to be treated for your rash, which is caused by, Phil, do you know this?
Burgeritis.
Burgeritis, correct. Ding, 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 ding.
Good answer.
Top answer on the board.
One of the tickets is underneath a bird at a pet shop, and the bird attacks you by dropping its eggs on you. So it's got that trope in there.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Oh, there's something cool. There's something else that I like about the game, and that is that Beavis and Butt-Head's house is kind of like the area that leads to all the other levels in the game. And you select what level you're going to play by sitting on their couch and selecting it on the television with the remote control. So I think that's a neat kind of thing that they did that they didn't have to do.
It's a home base, and you can drop off your items on the floor there. So I think you have limited storage on your person.
God,
so
yes, you do. Yes, you
Okay.
do. Not only do you have limited storage, but hey, how the fuck do I use these items? I don't know. I have a bunch of them, but I don't know. Do I hit C? Because it's like there's 2 different item slots, and it's like one, I guess, is for weapons, and that is what works with C. Dude, I cannot tell you how. I couldn't even begin. I don't know how to use the dead rat I picked up. I don't know how to use any of the fucking items I picked up that were in the first slot. I had no idea. Never once was I able to figure out, like, what button do I push to use the dead rat? The answer is, I don't know. It's very, very, like, the controls, like, not the platforming, I don't think it's very clunky, but, like, the inventory system is, like, from fucking hell. Like, it is, like, birthed from Guy Fieri playing Dana Carvey in Wayne's Dark, Dark Place.
So yeah, it's Beavis, Butt-Head, Jill Valentine, and Chris Redfield all have inventory issues. I'd put them on stars. It's fine.
The game is...
You beat the Wesker zombie, you get to play as Beavis and Butt-Head.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you get to play as Tofu. Why not?
Yeah, that's true.
I like the weapons in the game. Beavis burps and Butthead farts, and
Yeah.
they say fart knocker and other things when they do it. So that was funny when I was 13.
Yeah. And it was refreshing when I came back to it as an adult. I was like, oh, yeah, I remember that. And then 5 minutes in, I was like, I see why my dad left me alone a lot of the time. Because I'm sure that I was saying fart knocker every 5 seconds.
Pull your shirt over the back of your head.
Yeah.
Ask your father where you can find some TP.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Cool. I get to look forward to stuff like that in like 10 years. Yay.
My mom didn't like me watching the show, and I think at the time I thought it was because she thought I was going to do some stupid shit like shove a pencil in someone's eye, when in fact I think it was because I would just mimic their mannerisms and think it's funny when I'm laughing and saying, you said crack.
Yep.
And when you hear that for the 500th time from your fucking 7th grader, you're like, you need to quit watching this shit, boy.
She could have reverse psychologied you. Like, that's what would have worked on me. If either of my parents would have been like, oh, that's good. Oh, that is good. I'm going to tell everyone at work that joke. And I would have stopped immediately.
at the Christmas party. Okay, wait. Phil's got the greatest joke.
Right.
On that. Like,
hold on, let me call him.
Have you heard Phil's new bone mo? Did your parents call you boy, Phil? Phil, did your parents call you boy?
No.
No? Okay.
Is that a Simpsons thing?
It is.
Yeah.
I call my son boy.
Yeah.
That's I know you do. That's why I asked. Like, oh, did your parents do that?
I'm glad you asked because I've been curious too. I was like, I wonder if that's like a Hawkins thing or if that is from The Simpsons.
No, I still can't stop mimicking things from television.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna call. Can I call my mom real quick? Can you tell her that joke? No, I don't want to dissuade the use of your use of boy. I think that it is endearing. It reminds me of the good old days when The Simpsons were good.
13-year-old boys are like little Michael Scotts.
Yeah,
just taking that thing. 'Cause we've been watching The Office over and over again. So
30-year-old boys are just like big Michael Scott.
That's true. That's what she said. Still holds up.
Yeah, but that cooled down for like a decade before The Office
came back again.
Resurrected that shit like a necromancer raising a red dragon from the grave. It was just like, it's back. And what The Office did was like, it doesn't even matter if it's good. It didn't really matter when it first came about, but now it double doesn't matter because it's like, yeah, it's just a Michael Scott thing. Of course it's bad.
Did you guys have any achievements for this game?
I had
one.
I was able to come up with one.
All right. What you got?
And it is, ain't you them kids that have been whacking off in my tool shed? And you get ain't you them kids that have been whacking off in my tool shed by defeating Mr. Anderson, Tom Anderson, and you gain access to his tool shed to get the fishing pole and to get the chainsaw to chop down the tree to get the ticket.
Who swallowed a fly? I don't know why.
Yeah.
I have a question for anyone here. The person I know who would know the answer to this is Rhythm Master Paul Korn, and he is not here. So I will ask you guys. Is there ever a moment where like Hank Hill meets Mr. Anderson? Because I feel like that needs to happen. Like if Beavis and Butt-Head come back, it needs to be for that.
I mean, we know he met the Silver Surfer,
Right.
And that's
Mr. Surfer.
It is weird. I was actually looking up some YouTube videos on Tom Anderson, and it's just a prototype. I mean, even not just the voice, but the mannerisms.
Yeah.
Like there's a clips of him just sitting there drinking beer and barbecuing, and it's bizarre.
So Beavis and Butt-Head, the city they live in, is it Highland? I know that's the name of their high school, but is that the name of the town as well?
I think so.
Okay.
Is it Highland? Are they Highlanders?
Yes. The answer is yes. That's how they come back. That's how Mike Judge brings them back. It would be really cool if it was like just a big old troll thing where it's like, we're doing a new Highlanders movie, y'all. And then like all the trailers are like,
That's in the works.
what you would expect.
I read that the other day.
Really? A new Highlander?
Yep.
We got to go.
Yeah, no, I'm absolutely down.
We got to go.
I have really thought about trying to go back and watch. There's a lot of Highlander I haven't seen.
Oh, there's so much I haven't seen. Yeah.
So I remember just loving it as a kid, though. So
That's one of those things that I like to reference, but hope that no one ever calls me out on it. Because, like, I would need a smoke bomb. Where it's like, there can be only one. And they're like, oh, man, what's your favorite? I just throw it down and then disappear. I don't know. Goodbye.
the Scottish guy,
I don't know. Raiden?
Michael Keaton, is he in that? Michael Keaton. Bull from Night Court when he was on that episode.
Yeah.
Oh man, he was scary in that episode too. So
Oh, yeah. I remember that one.
yeah,
Super scary. Smoke bomb.
The angry gym teacher from Sidekicks.
Ooh, I need to rewatch Sidekicks too. That one, that I don't think I've watched since I was 9.
I do not think it holds up.
What?
you know what else? You know what else
Sweet
didn't
Joe
hold up?
Piscopo
Jonathan
in there.
Brandis.
Ooh, it's been a long time since we
We haven't made a good Brandis joke.
gotcha. We need a soundboard for that.
What's the episode where you guys read the Brandis quiz I gave you?
Oh God, I don't
could
remember.
not tell you.
I can tell you
will
the
look it up for the
episode
show notes.
where Tyler 360 no scoped him, and it was this episode. We just did it. We just saw it.
Whoa. Okay, so I just typed in the words Brandis quiz TADPOG.
What?
And the two things that come up are beefy dude bangs long-haired brunette bitch in missionary style, and teen porn licking balls and gagging nearly naked girl groped lustily.
Okay, so here's the important question: are both of those show notes links? Because there's a good
I don't
chance.
know. No, maybe I don't know.
Nice.
That was like trying to download porn on Winamax back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Man, those titles were fucked up.
Does anyone else remember Asshole Mitch? Does anyone remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Man, I
But
downloaded-
because you showed it to me.
I
but
downloaded that file so many times. Someone thought it would be funny to name a file where a kid is talking to a camera, like mispronouncing all kinds of swear words. At one point, he calls you an asshole Mitch, and he uploaded it as like Brianna Banks deep throat and stuff like that. Yeah, I see. I looked it up. Beefy dude bangs long-haired brunette.
it's just me and Melissa. You found it. I tried hiding it away.
You are a beefy dude. She is brunette, but
Yeah.
Melissa, I wouldn't call you a bitch. I think that you're, yeah, I respect you. But I am going to watch this video of you guys.
Please stay in the room. Please.
Yeah, can I put it up on the big screen? Does anyone mind? Tyler, do you have any achievements?
I've got one.
What is it?
Fuck Ticketmaster. And that is when you complete your Guar ticket.
Oh, all right.
So there you go.
I have two, of varying degrees of good, much like the Beavis and Butt-Head games that came out on different consoles. Mm-hmm. The first of which is called Guar. Guar never changes. And in order to unlock Guar never changes, you just got to beat the game. Because I didn't want to come up with a better
I think it's true too, though.
So it's just one of those things where I came up with a pun and I was like, yep, we'll shoehorn an achievement in there. My second achievement is called Pet Shop Boys. And in order to unlock Pet Shop Boys, you have to get the ticket from the bird in the pet shop in the mall. I came up with that achievement when Phil just said how you get that ticket.
Man, killing it.
Yeah, that's all I got, man.
No, we're all just knocking it out of the park.
We're bringing our A game. I'm all distracted.
People are going to be so excited about our Beavis and Butt-Head episode.
Hey, guys, thank you for getting us over $300 on Patreon.
Uh-huh.
Here's your reward. Beavis and Butt-Head episode.
You know what's a better reward is at 500, you guys are sworn to go to Sears and take photos with your waifu pillows.
Yep.
I will commit to that.
I will too.
If we get to $500 on Patreon,
unequivocally that will happen.
we will go to Sears with our waifu pillows. That's
Tuxedos,
Santa Claus.
waifu pillows, a glass of champagne.
Yes, it will happen. If we get the $500 on Patreon, it will happen.
Yep.
And we'll post the photographs for Patreon donors.
Yep.
What do you think now, Phil? You weren't expecting that, were you? Now, if we do get to the Jinkum levels of our Patreon, then I might actually have to back out on some of that.
I think that's only $1,000. I mean, it sounds like a lot now, but
That's a lot.
There are people on Patreon making a lot more than that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there are. There are people on Patreon making like, there's a dude, Jacob showed me, and it's not because I don't think Jacob was interested in the material. I just want to throw that out there. I would hate to like, cast a dark shadow on Jacob's profile, but he told me like about this person who does new drawings of Marvel and DC characters, and he was making like $250,000 a year on Patreon.
Wow.
Jesus.
Uh-huh. I mean, his art was good. I don't know if it's $250,000 good
Like
though.
jerkable good?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I see where I see where it was coming from, definitely. But at what point does like DC like, wait, no, you cannot do this. You're making more money than we are.
Did you see Batman vs Superman? You're doing better than we are.
Come on, dog. We need some of that. We need some of that jerk it money.
You guys are safe till $2,000. That's where you are pledged to make your own Jenkum.
Okay, good. And then $3,000 we need to buy the penguin.
Yeah,
right.
You don't have to try your own Jenkum until 10,000. So
Okay, good.
you got
We can just shit in a bucket and put it in the closet. That's fine.
Exactly. And we can say when 10,000 rolls around, we can say, "Oops, we didn't make it right." We just put some Country Time lemonade in there, dog. It's fine. That's all it is the whole time. It's just a Country Time lemonade and a Lincoln log.
You want to see our jingle?
So good. It's tasty. I have some questions for you. I have some questions for you specifically, Tyler.
Yes.
The first of which being, if you were to give this game a beard that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of beard would it be?
I would give it a graying Chuck Norris goatee.
Okay, why Chuck Norris? Just because he's...
Something you remember being better than it actually was because you were young.
Okay, all right. That's really good. I would argue that he's still pretty great, though. I don't know. I haven't seen him in anything. I don't know if that's true.
He doesn't do anything but go on political rants.
I think he looks a little like Bob Ross.
I can see that.
I'm just saying, if you put a fro on him, I think you got Bob Ross. I think then that makes me wish that there was a Bob Ross martial arts movie done like
No, just kick the tree.
Oh God, what was it? Kung Fury, done Kung Fury style. I think that would be great.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think Chuck Norris would be back just like that. It'd be like Chuck Norris is hot again. Sorry, Conan, you didn't destroy my career.
Oh man, that was one of my favorite bits of Conan
it's
ever.
the funniest fucking shit ever.
Oh
yes.
man,
Tyler,
Smaller question. Sorry. Do you guys know how old Chuck Norris is?
he's like 80 years old. No, I don't know.
76.
Is he really? I was close.
That
Man.
dude is old as fuck.
Do you think he can still fight? Like I bet he could still beat the shit out of me. I'm not even joking. That's a real thought I'm throwing out there. Guys, who do you think would win a fight, me or Chuck Norris? Chuck Norris. The answer is Chuck Norris.
it'd be pretty close. I think you and 76-year-old Chuck Norris
Really?
are pretty close.
I don't think
Yeah,
so.
Yeah.
Is he wearing action jeans?
You got that cardio. Just gotta wear him out.
I can just run
You just
away.
gotta kite him
Yeah.
until he gets exhausted.
Can I tell you that was my strategy as a kid on the playground? It really was to just tire bullies out. Either make them laugh, and if that didn't work, just run until they got fucking tired. Because those bullies were always fat. They always
Chuck
were.
Norris. Chuck Norris was the first Westerner in the documented history of Taekwondo to be given the rank of 8th degree black belt grandmaster.
Damn.
So I think you'd be a fair shot with him.
Yeah. I got my yellow belt in Tang Soo Do when I lived in Pennsylvania, so I'm sure I'll be fine. I learned from the Pennsylvania masters. I learned Quaker style karate.
Oh, what the Dutch? What are the Pennsylvania Dutch style? Yeah.
Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
I have another question for you. If you've noticed me speeding up, it's because my phone is at 15% battery.
Okay.
Which we're taking the call on. So not to stress anybody out, but if you were to give this game a pair of glasses that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of glasses would it be?
It'd have to be the black rimmed glasses of one Austin Powers.
Yeah, baby.
That was even hard to hear.
You brought this evil to the show.
Oh, it just flashes me back. I always think about hitting on Melissa's cousin, trying to be funny as Austin Powers and getting shut down so hard. So hard.
Well, hey, it all worked out.
It did.
It all worked out.
Yep.
Who knows if you hadn't done that?
I swooned the shit out of her, apparently. She loves it. She loves it. When we do Austin Powers role play.
If you had asked her out as fat bastard, who knows? Who knows where you'd be right now?
I can just do that now. It's fine. Put on a UPS uniform. Good.
Greg Heffernan?
Yeah. We can do King and Queen's cosplay too. Leah Remini's new show on A&E about Scientology. Yeah. It's really good.
Is it really?
It's really good.
Is it really? Mm-hmm. I've heard about it, but I haven't watched any of it.
That's good.
I can't also. So that's part of the problem. Oh. Is it streaming anywhere? Is it just straight up?
On A&E on their website. So their shitty website.
If I borrow mommy and daddy's cable password, I can watch it?
It didn't ask for me to confirm my cable. So
shit, dog. They were just like, no one's going to watch this. Just put it up there. Let's make it free, like Tyler and Dave play old games.
It had a ton of commercials.
Did it?
But I remember having to log on
for Scientology?
Well, every commercial had a disclaimer about how Scientology did not support this.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Interesting.
But it and Going Clear, the Scientology documentary.
Yeah.
Going Clear is, man, that's a good movie. And it's frightening.
Really?
Yeah.
Show notes.
There you go.
Tyler.
Yes.
And Phil. Mm-hmm. I have a question for you boys. And that question is, how much is this game on Amazon? If you were to buy this game right now, used on Amazon, how much do you think you would pay for it, boys?
$4. 400 times the amount of the DVD.
The Blue Collar Comedy Tour DVD.
Blue Collar Comedy Tour.
Bringing it back. I love it.
$5.99.
$4 and $5.99. Those are two close numbers. Mm-hmm. I like it. Mm-hmm. That means you're being competitive. You're taking this seriously. Competitive boys.
So seriously.
All right, your answers are locked in. Actual retail value of Beavis and Butt-Head used for the Sega Genesis on Amazon at the time of this recording is $12.40.
Jesus.
Man.
That's a lot of money for this game.
Yep, too much.
It is a lot of money. I do think that it is too much for this game.
Yep.
I think that the $4 is a little too much for this game. Unless you're just so into Beavis and Butt-Head. But if you're so into Beavis and Butt-Head, you already own this game.
Yeah. Man,
and you're
who is
really
that
disappointed
guy?
with this episode.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're not liking this episode.
Who is that guy that's still so into Beavis and Butt-Head?
Michael
so
Richards.
into it. Okay, it makes sense. I buy it.
Yeah, he's like, you know what? There's a moment in my life that I'm just going to pretend like anything after it didn't happen. So he just watches things and entertainment that's before then.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Let's see.
I have a Where Are They Now?
All right.
Do you guys have any guesses where Radical Entertainment is right now? Wait, I'm sorry, I didn't say it right. Do you guys have any idea where Radical Entertainment is right now?
It's got to be went defunct in 1999.
Defunct in 99? They partied too hard?
Y2K took them out.
There you go. I like that. That's better. That's a better joke than my dumb joke. Phil.
I like to think they went on and made other MTV animated shows into video games.
Like Daria Wheel of Fortune?
Where's the Daria RTS?
Yeah.
You're going through high school trying to fight Britney.
If that's not a real thing, it needs to be because it sounds pretty okay.
It's the head platformer.
As long as it's done Pikmin style, which I don't even know what that means. Smoke bomb. Never played a Pikmin game. Those are really good guesses.
Should this ticket sub for Liar Liar, Dave? It proves that I saw that movie. I'm cool. I'm going to see movies.
The studio, Radical Entertainment, suffered massive layoffs in June of 2012 and suffered partial closure, being left with the inability to produce original games, but rather being limited to support work on other Activision titles. So essentially, the answer is they were acquired and are now a subsidiary of Activision Blizzard after being acquired by Vivendi Games. So remember when all that shit was going down? That's
so could
how it
Beavis and
resolved.
Butt-Head already be in Heroes of the Storm?
They could be.
Yes.
I'm not saying like I'm sure they don't own that they don't have that license still, but I feel like if they just called Mike Judge and asked for it, he'd give it to them.
That's true.
It's like if he just picked up the phone, it's like, "Hello, this is Blizzard. This is Michael Blizzard, and we would like to use Beavis and Butt-Head in our hit game Heroes of the Storm."
Michael Blizzard.
I think that he would go for it. Michael Blizzard here. Is Mike Judge there? May we speak to Rick Stapler and other made-up names on the spot?
That's pretty good. Oh, man.
So they're now floating around in the, I don't know, Blizzard atmosphere.
Production hell.
Yep. They produced some games that you might have heard of, such as The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle and Friends for the NES in 1992, year after the SNES came out.
I believe that's a collector's gem.
Is it? Mm-hmm. It's a expensive game?
Yeah, I think so.
They produced a game called Pele for the Genesis in 1993, which I assume is a soccer game. Or maybe it's a game where Chuck Norris takes Pele under his wing and teaches him.
So I could show this soccer players something.
Right. Which spins into ladybugs. A lot of people don't know that. They did Wayne's World for the NES.
Ooh.
Yeah, buddy. Guess what else they did? We've talked about this game for the Super Nintendo. It's a gem called, I'll give you a hint. We don't die, we multiply.
Oh my God, they did Baby's
Kids!
Okay.
Tyler, have you ever heard of a game called Mario's Time Machine? I hear it's pretty good.
Wow, they produced some garbage. Holy shit.
How about a little game called...
LJN shakes their head at these guys.
How about a sweet game called Independence Day for the PlayStation? Yeah, they did a game.
Man.
I didn't even know that game existed, and I
didn't
loved that
either.
movie when it came out. How about, have you guys heard of Mario is Missing?
Oh my God.
Let's play a game called Name a Horrible Game, and I'll tell you if it's on this list.
God, I remember renting Mario is Missing and being so just unfathomably disappointed and confused.
They did The Simpsons Road Rage. They did The Simpsons Hit and Run. I don't know if those are any good.
I mean, I've heard of Road Rage. I remember that being kind of a thing. So that's probably their best game,
So there we go.
which is Crazy Taxi with Simpsons characters.
Yeah. So, yep, they're a good studio. Or they were a good studio. And they were going to do a Crash Bandicoot game. They did, let's see, prototype series, and then they did the Crash. So that's their thing, the Crash Bandicoot series. Like that's, I guess, that's a great series of games. Smoke Bomb. I've never played Crash Bandicoot.
I played, I think the first 3. I played up until they made the kart racing, and then I was done.
They did it from, it looks like 2005 to 2010. So it's not like the real Crash Bandicoot, right? That's straight up. Is that Naughty Dog? I can't remember.
Naughty Dog, you're right.
So, but they had something to do with Crash Bandicoot. Hey, did you listen to our disclaimer where Nicole says we're not video game experts? If you haven't, replay it because she does say that, I guarantee. Every Monday and Wednesday morning as I'm driving into work, I'm like, thank God she does that. She did that disclaimer where she says we're not experts.
All right. Anything else?
I don't think so. Phil, do you have anything?
I'm good. I got my Beavis and Butt-Head out for the next 2 years, I think.
Thanks for being on the show and helping us flesh this out.
Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah.
I feel like it would have been a much more badder episode without you.
So much more badder.
So much more badder.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody. You can find the show on iTunes, SoundCloud, or Stitcher. So don't miss the next episode. We'll be talking about Phantasy Star 4.
I guess. Guess who still hasn't played it? Me, Smoke Bomb. So,
hey, I'm down to do something else.
God,
with more time.
yes, please, let's do that. But man, we're going to get in trouble. We are going to get in trouble. At some point, our listeners are going to be like, I thought you guys were doing a list. What happened? And the longer we don't do the list is just going to disappear.
I mean, Phantasy Star 4 is on Steam, which will make it infinitely easier for me to sit down and play.
Yeah.
So I'm down to get on it. And then for Wednesday, is there another Genesis game? Anything we've thought about we want to do?
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
Let's say that. We'll figure it out. It may or may not be
sounds good.
Phantasy Star 4. It probably won't be. I could do, maybe we'll figure it out.
Okay.
We got it. Phil, you got any suggestions? Save us, please, Phil.
Shuffle Cats Mini.
We could talk about Facebook games. And then,
Facebook game.
God, so many people would be mad.
Uh-huh.
Like, we get enough comments on episodes where we just mention games like that, where people are
Do
like,
Kim Kardashian Hollywood?
"Yep, we're done.
I'm down.
We are done. I like that suggestion, though. You have to come back for Shuffle Cats, though, because you have a ridiculous high score in that game, Phil.
129.
God, it's
Unbreakable.
so ridiculous. You must have hit like no blue cards. Oh, I hear people just stop listening right now. Bloop, 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 bloop. They're just disappearing.
Let's see. Hey, do you like this show? Do you want to give us a 5-star review?
I did.
There are multiple places you can do it. You can do it on iTunes. You can do it on Amazon. Get a t-shirt. Exclusively. The only option for a Tadpog t-shirt.
The bootleg shirt is gone.
Yep.
It's donezo. You can no longer get a bootleg shirt. So I guess if you have one now, it's a Tadpog collector's
So Melissa
item.
has the only one.
Save it. One day it'll be worth a lot of money.
Let's see. Then we're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. So if there's a game you want us to play, a guest for a show, you have a Patreon request, just get in touch with us. And pretty much whatever you ask for, we'll get to that eventually.
Don't worry, guys. Like Tyler said, we're going to be back. We're going to be talking about something. Do not worry. We're going to do an episode. In the meantime, you can always find us on tadpog.com. That's where the show notes live. If you go there for any reason, go for the top 15 controversial episodes link that Tyler's going to share with me, because I'm not familiar with all of those that were listed, and I kind of want to watch all of them.
Yep.
Also, you can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/tadpog, and we have that group now where Nana can't see the things that you say and the awful things that we respond with. So
It's dirty.
if you want to get in there, now this is a good opportunity to get in there. Now, if Nana joins the group, you're fucked. But then it's kind of one of those situations where it's like, if you see somebody at the strip club who you don't want them to see you, it doesn't matter because you're both fucking there and you're both going to keep quiet about it outside of the strip club.
Yep.
Or you'll become fast friends. So either way, it's a win.
Either way, if Nana sends a request to join, we're going to approve her.
Absolutely. Yeah, we will definitely.
Nana's in.
We will definitely approve your grandmother. That is no joke.
The top thing that is on the Tadpog Nation group is an article about a blowjob cafe staffed by sex robots is opening in London.
And I would like to talk about that at length, but unfortunately I don't have time to do that. But I'm gonna anyway. Why come inside a robot?
Some people don't have options, Dave.
I would rather just jerk it in the hotel than go to a cafe specifically to face fuck a robot. It seems like a weird choice to make. It's like I have a few options. I kind of want to cheat on my wife, but not really. I guess I'll fuck a robot that looks like a woman.
Well, some people still go to adult theaters to jerk off. Sure, it's passé, but some people still do it.
But this is like a new wave future thing where it's like, fuck these robots, man.
We're going to ease into online pornography. We'll go from watching movies in adult theater to fucking robot mouths, then to Pornhub.
And it's like they're serving hot drinks there on top of it. It's like, what are you doing, man? Like, what does someone come by and be like, hey, did you come real good? Great. Would you like some coffee?
You need some hot Gatorade?
Electrolytes, dog. You want to go for round 2 with Vivian 8876?
Do you like games? We have one that looks like Robo. No judgment.
You want to punch her a few times? It's fine. She's not real. We know that's what you're here for.
Johnny 5, we've got that too. Go ahead.
We got all the movie robots.
Terminator in every form of decreasing skin.
C-3PO, forget about it. R2-D2 is fucking him the whole time. He will not share.
You're always spit roasting. That's fine.
They have one T-shirt that you can buy there, and it says "I was spit roasted by C-3PO and R2-D2." We're also on Twitter. Hi.
Yeah.
Remember when we were doing an outro? You can find us at TADPOG_podcast. And we mentioned Patreon earlier. We do have a Patreon. If you want to get us to $500 so that we humiliate ourselves at Sears and get photographs of us taken with our waifu pillows.
In the Western Kentucky Sears.
We didn't say that. We didn't. Well, let's go to an out-of-town Sears. Let's go to a fancy Sears.
Let's go to one of those highfalutin Sears.
You know, like one in Scranton. I just said Scranton because of The Office. I couldn't think of a better thing. Sorry, I failed the joke. We have a lot of people recently donate, and I need to thank you guys individually. I want to thank Micah Purdue, aka Exalted Lord Micah Purdue, for upping his donation recently. Thank you. Riding that penny train. I'd like to thank Tadpog, Santa, Jack of Ziggy Moons, Akimi? Please correct me. I know I said that wrong. And in parentheses, Mike. Thank you very much. Riding that penny train as well. I'd like to thank Chris with a K for a first-time donor, pledging $1. Thank you, Chris. We appreciate it. I'd like to thank someone named Phil Hawkins for editing his pledge, riding that penny train. Thank you, Sandwich Pope. I would like to thank a new donor, Mark Quick, for pledging $1. Enjoy those bonus episodes, Mark. Thank you for donating. I'd like to thank Joey Webster for upping his donation. Looks like he is also riding that penny train. Micah, thank you so much for starting that thing, because it's great. I love thanking so many people at the end of these episodes. I'm not done yet.
We got a lot for this one.
Done yet?
I even have it pulled up.
I want to thank you, so I don't miss anybody. I appreciate it. Joey Webster again decided, fuck it. I'm not riding that penny train. I'm going to up my donation by $2.70 more. So thank you, Joey. Brett Miller, platinum member, Brett Miller. Thank you for upping your donation as well. Nick Price, dude, thank you for upping your donation. And, more. Paul Clark, thank you for upping your donation. Mike, I believe this is my Master Mold Mike, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Master Mold Mike. Nice donation.
Big
donation. You know what they say. Got a big donation. You got big some other stuff. I said that like a dad who was embarrassed. Of all the things to be embarrassed about, it's that I just said here. I'd like to thank Pat Lassinger for upping their donation significantly. Thank you. I'd like to thank, once again, Platinum member Brett Miller for upping his donation. I'd like to thank...
I think for Pat, I need to think of a title.
Okay, you're on it.
That was a big up.
I've got 3 more people to thank. Do you think you can come up with a title before then?
No, I have to workshop it because we have several. So.
Okay, all right. I'd like to thank Alex Pina. Or remember when we joked about your name and penises? We could do that again if you want. Thank you for upping your donation significantly.
Yeah, he was the one that upped it for us to hit the 300.
Dude, you're like in the top tier now. And then
I think he is our highest donor at this point.
I think you're right because he donated again. I think he got to that mark, and then I'm sure he was like, you know what? I want to be top dog, and he pitched in some more money.
Yep.
So Alex, thank you again. And I'd like to thank, I believe this is SoundCloud.
Yep.
Kyle Mullins, which your title now is just SoundCloud. You're welcome. Who recently upped his donation significantly as well. Holy motherfucking shit. What happened? And how can we do this again?
I feel like we were so far from our goal, and then once Taryn and Ian brought it hard, we were close enough. Everybody was like, "Oh shit! Okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna Fantasy World.
We're gonna do it."
Yep.
I feel like there's not enough drive at 400 where we eat the Deadpool pizza for people to.
olive pizza. What is
I
that?
feel like it's gonna get like we're gonna be at 300 for a very fucking long time because everyone's like, they're gonna eat a pizza that's kind of gross.
Eat a weird pizza. Not even like that weird of a pizza. You can just get that anywhere.
I know. It's not like we're eating pizza that like when you enter in special instructions, it's like we didn't type in, please take a shit on this pizza and see what happens.
We'll do that at $3.95.
It's just pineapples and black olives, right?
Yep,
Something like
that's
that.
it.
That's a pretty weak thing to do for $400.
We might need to fix that.
Yeah, we'll work on it. We'll work on it. And I know we've already thanked them a bunch of times, but since you brought them up, we really do need to. Ian, Taryn, thank you, because I really do feel like you guys got the ball rolling on this push to 300. So sincerely, thank you very much. What else we got? Man, that was long. I'm tired now.
If you send us a package, we've got...
yeah, you can do that.
If you want to be like Pinball Archmage Chris, please send that to TADPOG Studios, care of Nicole, Nance, P.O. Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002.
Thank you for remembering that. I didn't see you look at anything.
Nope.
That's amazing. And also, Archmage, Pinball Archmage Chris Edler. I have a real problem with that. I don't know why. Especially today. I can't fucking say it. I'm sorry, Chris. I know we've already got his postcard. However, I already had packed this one up. We have a new postcard. Battery update. We're
Looks
at
like
7%, but I think we're going to be
London.
okay. And for anybody curious, I don't need a charger. I just forgot to bring it. Someone will say something tomorrow about me needing a charger. And Melissa smiled at me like she was thinking it. So
Motherfucking Tadpog. Longtime listener, first time postcarder. I have been meaning to call in for the last 3.5 years. I've been listening, but true to Tadpog tradition, fate has just been in the way and conspiring against me when I have to undergo additional effort.
I get it.
Anyway, love the show and please keep doing what you're doing. Baz from Albion.
From Albion. We should have read that in a British accent, I think.
Yeah, yep. Should have.
Yeah. You want to take it from the top? I'll edit it out. It's fine.
Motherfucking Tadpog.
You did it. Yes. Hey, remember that thing we didn't do for a while, which was alienate our audience? It's coming back in a big, bad way.
We got that taken for granted money. So
I know. Now we're at that 300. We just coast.
Yep. Until it starts going back down.
Which it will happen.
I fully
I'm so
expected the
worried.
next day to be
I know.
it'd be at $2.99.
And I was super excited
Fully
today
expected.
when it's like it's still
It
there.
went up. Yeah. Phone number? Have we done the phone number yet?
We haven't. If you want to call us, you can at 270-883-2555. You can leave us a voicemail or a text message, and you might hear your own voice or words on the show.
Let's see. We have on Instagram, tadpog_podcast, and Melissa brought Dave a charger.
Thank you, Melissa.
She's very sweet like that.
She's great.
She takes care of people.
She is great.
Let's see. What else do we have?
That's it.
That's about it. Yeah. Hey, Phil. What's our theme song?
Phil, did you fall asleep? Hey, Phil.
Is it my turn yet? My turn?
Yeah, it's been a while.
I don't even have a joke prepared for this.
Phil secretly started masturbating 20 minutes ago.
It is Moves by
Correct.
Sycamore Drive.
We're going to leave that track we found.
At the bottom of the tadpog.com website in the show notes.
Correct.
All right, excellent. Also, Boz, thank you for the postcard. I feel like I didn't thank you.
Yeah.
And I got really self-conscious about it all of a sudden.
Over from England.
That came from that came a long fucking way, Governor.
Yeah, it's amazing. I love it.
I can't tell you what those things are on the front. Is that Big Ben?
Yes.
Okay, look, kids.
Let's see. Phil, how would you like to close this out?
As Tom Anderson / Hank Hill.
Excellent.
Sounds good. So until next time, Tropical
Capricorn.
Capricorn.
Oh, that was fucking good.
Damn
Phil.
it. Damn it. Tadpog Nation.
I enjoy the way the house looks once all the decorations are up.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we've ever had decorations up in the house. We typically do a Christmas tree, but that's about it. And maybe like when Henry was born, it's like, okay, I guess we'll do stockings now. So stockings and Christmas tree. No lights. Nothing. Nothing.
It's
else.
just a tree.
Yeah, well, no. I meant like no lights in the house or the outside of the house.
Oh, okay.
That's funny. Yeah, it's a Japanese maple actually that we bring into the house. We're very agnostic in our household.